Hi, dear friends. Welcome to HeartBook, a channel for sharing knowledge and comprehensive self-development through good books. Every 45 minutes you get a phone call. Sometimes colleagues come to ask questions or chat. An hour after lunch you have a meeting, and before you realize that you haven't done anything today, the clock shows 5 o'clock. Why is that? That's because you are always disturbed and interrupted by the outside environment in your work process. You want to complete a pile of homework or focus on reading a book, but the notifications from your phone keep bothering you. You reply to messages, see how many likes there are, and suddenly a day has passed and you still haven't done anything. Why is that? That's because you're always distracted by outside influences, and your brain only likes to do simple things first. So, how do we fix this? How can we work more effectively? How to work for only 3 hours but be as effective as a day's work? Worked for a year but reaped twice as much success. To do this, we need to have an indispensable ability in today's economic times, which is deep work. This is also the content that I want to share with you today through the book Deep Work by Cal Newport. He graduated with a doctorate from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology at the age of only 35 and is an assistant professor at Georgetown University, a famous school with a history spanning 200 years. This book reveals to us how this young professor, just over 40 years old, was able to achieve extraordinary success through his ability to work deeply. What is deep work? The first thing we will learn about is what deep work is. Deep work is to focus completely on work in a state of no interference so that our abilities reach their highest value. This method of working can help us create new values, improve our skills, and gain competencies that are difficult to copy. The opposite of deep work is shallow work, which means only work that does not require much mental effort. Repetitive work that is often performed in a disturbed environment and does not create new value for the world. Gender. In a book titled Peak: Secrets from the New Science of Expertise, has researched the method of deliberate training, provides us with a physiological basis. That is, when we practice something repeatedly on purpose, our brain secretes more myelin. If we regularly engage in shallow work, the amount of myelin will continuously decrease, and brain connectivity will also be reduced. That's why practicing deep work capacity is extremely important. So what does deep work mean to us? First, deep work will help us work more effectively and achieve more success in life. According to the author, there will be 3 types of people who will become more and more successful in the new economic situation. The first people are those who work in high-level technology, such as programmers, or people who have the ability to invent and work with smart machines. These people will increasingly create more value at work. The second type of person is a superstar. Superstars here are not just big stars in the entertainment industry, but also people with outstanding abilities who are leaders in different professions. The third type of people are capitalists, who have money to invest in many fields. So how do we become one of those people? Practicing deep work ability will give us 2 core competencies. First, we will cultivate the ability to quickly control and master complex work tools. Second, we will improve the quality of work and bring work efficiency to the highest level. These are 2 abilities that help us become successful at work, as well as bring value to society. The second meaning that deep work brings to us is to help us increase our level of satisfaction with life and live happier. In this book, there is a word mentioned that is flow, which refers to a state in which our mind is so completely focused or immersed in a task that we forget all about ourselves and all the surrounding events. Flow is a concept introduced by psychologist Mihaly, who has spent many years researching methods to help people increase their level of happiness. Many people think that happiness is when we have a lot of money or achieve many achievements at work, but Mihaly discovered that when people lack money and material things, of course it has a great impact on their lives. Happiness in life, but conversely, when we have a lot of money, it is not certain that we can increase our level of happiness. The real thing to live happily is when we are immersed in our own flow and wholeheartedly focus on doing something challenging. Try to imagine and remember if there were afternoons when you left the company and returned home, you felt extremely empty. Because that day, your boss might force you to do small tasks that don't mean much to you. But there are days when you come home from work, you feel extremely happy and have had a successful working day. It's because that day you did challenging tasks and were completely focused on these tasks. This is also an important meaning for us to learn the ability deep work. The first thing you need to do is find a deep work model that suits you. There are 4 types of models built based on 4 different philosophies. The first philosophy is the philosophy of letting go of all temptations, like the Zen masters, to focus on cultivating during meditation, not using phones at all, living simply every day. This model is suitable for writers, mathematicians, or people who need to do creative work and deep contemplation. The second philosophy is the parallel peak philosophy, which divides your time into 2 halves, for deep work and the other half for other work. The third is the rhythm philosophy, which means practicing tasks that need to improve efficiency into a habit. For example, in the morning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., you will read books. In the evening, after returning from work, I still spend 2 hours learning how to manage personal finances. The fourth philosophy is the reporter philosophy. This is a model where at any time, anywhere, you can immediately focus like a reporter or journalist, no matter how chaotic the environment is. For example, on the train, they can still focus on their work. So please choose a suitable model for yourself. But every model is relative. The important thing is that you need to proactively find a suitable time for yourself to fully focus. This time is called time block. This concept comes from another book called The One Thing. This is a period of time when you are not bothered and completely isolated from the outside world. For example, you can wake up earlier and do the most important tasks where you want to improve efficiency. Try forcing yourself to sit down without being bothered by anyone. Put your phone in silent mode and turn off all notifications from your computer, and stay completely focused for 2 hours. After the 2 hours are over, when you have finished your work, you will feel extremely quiet inside. Here is where flow appears. Second, to have the ability to deep work, we need to form a habit and monitor our own development progress. Wanting deep work to become an ability requires us to practice regularly and continuously. And to be able to practice regularly, we must have a way to track progress, to promptly respond and encourage ourselves. There is a very effective way to track that, is the habit of chain method. Chain here means chain. For example, you want to form a habit of deep work every morning from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. You should make a timetable for a month or 100 days and put it in a place where you can easily see it. When you complete a day, mark a cross on the first day, then cross the second day and continue on the third day. These slashes are like creating a chain. Your mission is to try every day not to break that chain. Through visualizing and tracking habits like this, you will easily encourage yourself and remind yourself to do it every day. As long as you complete it, you will feel that the day has passed very meaningfully. Not only do you have a deep work habit, you can also create a habit of exercising every day or learning English every day. You will design yourself about 30 minutes of exercise or learn 10 new foreign language words every day, for example. The third thing we need to do to practice the ability to deep work is to rest at the right time and love boredom. According to statistics, our average person can concentrate intensely for 4 hours at a time. If you have to concentrate or control yourself for too long, your brain will lose a lot of energy. That's why you need to arrange time for your brain to completely rest. For example, after many hours of highly concentrated work, you can go out to a place with many trees or meditate. In today's modern world, many people cannot stand the silence even for just a minute. When waiting in line to get coffee, I have to take out my phone to look at it. When there's a traffic jam, you have to take out your phone to see notifications. even people walking on the street while looking at their phones. You might say, at that time I don't need to concentrate on anything, so it's okay to take out my phone to kill time. But actually, it's not as simple as you think. During boring times, our brains continue to receive information about the phone. Then your brain will continue to work and not rest. By the time you need to focus on the next task, your brain has consumed a lot of energy and is no longer able to work deeply. So love boredom. Give your brain a real rest while waiting in line. Don't lower your head to look at your phone anymore. You can listen to some music to relax, or you don't even think anything. Both are simply eyes that see and feel the life around them. If you are a workaholic, always thinking about work, there is an effective method. Before leaving work, write down the completed tasks and at the same time plan to complete them tomorrow. At this time, your brain will completely let go of work and obediently rest. Meditation is also a useful method to help us rest, regenerate our brains, and train us to concentrate highly. And above is a summary of the content that I have summarized through the book, Deep Work. Hopefully, these skills will help you apply the ability deep work in life, as well as in your work, help you do what you want. Thank you for listening. If you feel this video is useful, please share it with those who need it. Give me a like, press the subscribe, and turn on the bell. Notice to watch the latest videos every week again. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.